Hello, welcome to how to use a centrifuge. So I'm just going to be demonstrating how to use one of our NCBE centrifuges, but the principles are the same for any centrifuge. So on an NCBE centrifuge, you actually change the speed of the centrifuge by changing the voltage. So to do this, you need a variable adapter, and as you can see here with the switch, you can change it, and then when you start the centrifuge, that will affect the speed. Now, centrifuges are really useful for being able to spin down liquids, or you can spin down things that are of different density. So here I have just taken the lid off of our centrifuge, and you can see these tubes have got a small amount of liquid in them, which is all up the sides of the tube, so you can't really use it. So by using the centrifuge and the centrifugal force that it will exert on the liquids, you can spin this back down to the bottom of the tube, allowing you to be able to use it. So I'm just screwing the screws back onto the centrifuge. I'm going to make sure they're nice and tight before starting the centrifuge. So for this, you then switch on at the wall, and that will then spin your samples. So for something like this, where you just want to spin the liquid back down to the bottom of the tube, just a few seconds is plenty. You can then switch it off at the wall, and you can then listen and wait for the centrifuge to stop spinning before you then start to loosen the screws again. So I'll just take the lid off now, and then you should be able to see that everything is now back down at the bottom of the tube, allowing you to use that precious last bit of sample that you have left. So centrifuges are really useful and can be used for a wide array of applications, such as spinning down liquid microbiology cultures to separating out different cell parts that are of different densities. So what about balancing your centrifuge then? Well, it is imperative to balance your centrifuge carefully, no matter how big your centrifuge is or how small or large your samples are. So here you can see I've got two tubes that have both got a very small volume in. And I've got one tube here that has got a much larger volume in, so this has got 1 ml in it. Now, I can balance a centrifuge like this with the two small volumes opposite each other, and then the two larger 1 ml volumes opposite each other. Now, these will balance each other out, so that would be a well-balanced centrifuge. Now, if I had a tube with a small volume in and a tube with a large volume in, that would not be balanced. They should not be going opposite each other in a centrifuge. So with my small volume I've got here, I need another tube with a very similar volume here, so that these would then balance each other. Okay, so I hope that was helpful then. That was just a very quick run through of how to use a centrifuge. Thank you.